Hello there, it's the 4th of August 2023 and my bike tour around Iceland continues. Today I'm starting from Heydalur and I need to cycle back on myself up here, and then I'm going to be following this road all the way to Holmavik, and it's another 100+ kilometre day. Here's some clips from the road and some commentary. Speak in a bit. Cheers! Good morning, it's Friday the 4th of August and I'm just leaving Heydalur campsite where I had a buffet breakfast, which I made the most of. Today, 111 kilometres in mind. According to Komoot, 1,200 metres of ascent. According to Google, 780. So probably I'm expecting somewhere in the middle. And this should take me to Holmavik, which has a campsite without a shower apparently. There is a swimming pool next door, so if I'm totally wrecked, what I'm going to do is take a day off tomorrow and then just have a day in the swimming pool. But we'll see, I actually feel pretty good today. And here we go. I'm actually going back on myself the way I came yesterday, which is a bit of a shame. There was another option of a road, but apparently it hadn't been repaired since 2008. Probably really good if I was travelling lighter or on just a mountain bike. Probably really bad if I was on a loaded touring bike. And it would have saved me a distance of probably 20 kilometres, but would have added on another 500 metres of ascent. So there's not much in it. I'm just going to, cycle a bit further, but hopefully it'll be a bit flatter and smoother. And the problem with unrepaired roads, of course, is that you don't know if it's open all the way through until you've done it. And it would be a bit of a shame to have done 3/4 of the way and then find out a massive rock fall block the road. I'm sure there's other people in the bike touring community who have done that road, but my research isn't like so extensive I can look at every possible Komoot map and routes and read every blog. I mean, there's only so much research you can do for a trip in the end. I just stopped for 10 minutes because there was a whale in the fjord. There's definitely a trick to capturing it on camera, which I don't think I've mastered, but I think I've got a couple of videos on my phone. So if I ever do make this Iceland bike touring video, I will include it. I'm filming here because I am pretty sure I just saw a whale blow water into the air. You can see how the water's there. I hope you can see that. That's a whale. I mean, it's not very good quality, but still pretty goddamn amazing to see a whale in the wild where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I wonder if by taking this route I'm going to take, rather than cutting straight across inland, if I'll get the chance to see any more, which would be pretty awesome. It was just the one whale that I could work out. Anyway, that's made me happy. So I've got to a junction where I turned yesterday. That's 11 kilometres back on myself in 45 minutes. It was the dirt road, but now it should be all smooth road all the way.
In 200 metres at the intersection, turn right onto Duke.
And I'm just about to cross a bridge over the fjord, which means I don't understand how the whale got into the fjord unless there's like an archway underneath the bridge. I guess there must be, because otherwise how did it get in? Maybe that's a mystery I will never solve.
In 80 meters at the intersection, turn right onto Dupega, 61.
I got a bit excited there for a moment when I saw a sign saying Holmavik 61, but it's actually the road number, and there was another number after it, 99. So 99 kilometers to go. And by the looks of it, although this is a solid bridge, there is an archway bridge as well, and my guess is the whales come and go through there. Isn't that nice? Ooh, 1 hour and 7 minutes of cycling, and I've done 170 meters of ascent, but only 14.9 kilometers. That was the first steep climb of the day. I'm hoping that it's going to be well, there's going to be a downhill now, and then relatively flat for maybe 40, and then hopefully I can get some speed up over that, and then I've got a rather nasty 500 meter ascent, probably at the part of the day where I need it the least. It's quite windless at the minute, which means that when I'm cycling uphill at 6 kilometers an hour, which is what I was just doing, the flies are just getting everywhere, like between the gaps in my helmet and landing on my head, in my ears. So I'm kind of glad I didn't take the rougher dirt road, because I imagine that would just be hell. So that's the first bit done. Let's hopefully get some momentum going now. As you might notice with a lot of these videos, the sky in Iceland is quite grey. So if you are planning a bike tour to Iceland and you've kind of been sucked in by some perfect Insta images, the reality is that Iceland is absolutely beautiful, but it comes with a grey sky from a lot of the time, or at least that's in my experience. Maybe that's not the case all the time, or maybe it's just this part of Iceland. So if you're making videos like this, yeah, it's probably going to turn out grey, and I'm not going to mess around with altering light and stuff like that, because I'm not really a video maker. This is the last fjord that I'm heading around before heading through land and then going to Holmavik. I think there'll be a few tinier fjords as I head south down the other coast, but this is the last big fjord. Well, I think so. Just getting ready to round the fjord now. And when I head up the other side, there's going to be a slight headwind. I'm hoping it's not too much. Right down here, this would be a great place to have like a burger van or something. I would definitely be a customer. So I ate loads last night, and I ate loads this morning, but man, I'm still hungry. So I think if I ever do get a day off in the next 2 or 3 days, I'm going to eat so much. It's going to be awesome. So that's almost the other side of the fjord. 2 hours and 23 minutes done, and 40 kilometers. That's not bad with the hill. I think I've got about another 20 kilometers of relative flatness, maybe slightly less, and then there is a monster hill. So I'm going to stop before that and have a drink and get some food on board. And that hill could take, I don't know, 2 hours to do. Depends about the steepness, really. And also if it's going to rain on the mountains. Been very lucky with the weather, I've probably mentioned it a few times. But now I'm heading inland. I suspect the weather could be a bit different there. Could be warmer, could be wetter, who knows. And what happens is I cut across inland over a hill, probably won't call it a mountain, and then I hit the coast again, which is almost the, I guess it's like the north coast of Iceland, or northeast coast. Cyclists on the road that I saw, I don't know, like a week ago or so, maybe a bit longer. The American couple. If I remember, I'll try and put a photo of them in here because I've got a photo now. As for progress, let's have a little look at Komoot. 57 kilometers travelled, 53 remaining, and 3 hours 23 cycling. And I've still got the big climb to go yet. So now I'm beginning to head inland, and this will be the first time that the sea hasn't been present for a long time. But only for a few hours, and then once I'm in Holmavik I'll be back by the sea again. I'm expecting a lot of this to be uphill. There is a slight tailwind, I think, in the direction I'm going in, which is a bit of a bonus. There is a coffee shop about 5 kilometers off the trail to my left. I could have stopped there, but the thing is, it would just add 10 kilometers onto the journey if there was nowhere to stay for the night. So I think I'll just head towards this campground I'm going to. If the road's like this, it'll be quite nice, but like I said, I am expecting it to be steep in places. Not sure if you can hear me above the wind, but this is more or less the top of the pass. I think that building on the left hand side, which is just in front, might be some sort of mountain shelter, emergency shelter. So I have covered 82.3 kilometers with 28 remaining, and that's 5 hours 43. It's been pretty brutal, to be honest. Because there's a downhill section, I should cover the rest of the distance to Holmavik reasonably quickly, assuming the wind is not going to be blowing against me. And I am debating whether to take a day off tomorrow or not, because the last 2 days have been pretty hard going. Anyway, there we go. More or less at the bottom now, and I'll head to the coast again probably within the next 20 minutes. About 18 kilometers to go, so should be about an hour away, I guess, maybe a bit longer. Depends what the wind's doing. It's been blown in all sorts of directions. So this little town of Holmavik does have a grocery store, and it has the campground without showers. Probably not much else to it though. So if I do decide to take a day off, it'll be kind of strange, although there is a swimming pool there, but So if I take a day off, I guess I'll just go for a swim, have a shower, and then just chill, and then get some energy excuse me, for the next few days ahead, because I've got another 2 long days, I think. Another fjord over to my left, and hit a bit of a headwind. So the difference, I mean, this is not like strong winds. The difference between this wind, hold on, let me let these cars go past. So the difference between cycling against this wind is that I'm going 15 kilometers an hour, whereas normally I would go 20 because it's flat. And if it was a tailwind, it would probably push me up to 25. Push me up to 25 kilometers an hour with a little bit less effort pedalled. Which makes a difference, especially at the end of a long day where you're already over 100 kilometers. Anyway, weather's good, so hopefully going to get to this campsite, set up and eat like crazy. Oh, I don't know if I said it should be relatively flat now. There's a rather nasty 100-meter hill. Oh, I have to say I'm a little bit done in now. Down to the last few sips of water as well, which I never like doing. I always like to have something spare. Got more food that you can shake a stick at, but I am down to my last bits of water now. So it should be just about 3.5 kilometers now. Oh, it feels like the longest 3.5 in my life. And another small rise, and then it's behind there. So it's actually behind these hills. I don't know if you can see them over to my left.